let's talk about
I like what I like. I like what I like.
why normal people think you're a little strange because you're a fish keeper. There's nothing wrong with this, right? I mean, you feel perfectly normal. Well, nothing could be farther from the truth. As fish keepers, there's just something inherently wrong with our brains. And I'm going to help you take a step back and show you what other people see when they're looking at us. And it's going to start with date night.
Com cabelos cor de mel singela, seu nome é Mabel.
Date night. This is where normal people shine. They get dressed up, they put on their fancy shoes, and take their true love to dinner, maybe a movie, and end it with a nice walk by the beach. Or maybe go to a club and do some normal people dancing type stuff. Fish keepers can do all this as well. It would be easy for us. But we don't, do we? No. For us, there are more interesting things that we can do with our loved ones. It's Friday night, so we put on those sweats and head out to, that's right, Petco. You can hold hands as you peruse the various filters, see which types of food they're stocking these days. I mean, you were just here last week, but maybe it's changed. And we know most of this fish food isn't the good stuff like we give our fish, but we can look at it and scoff, knowing that we're so much better than all this Petco stuff. But we still feel good just being in this fishy environment. Have to check out those fish while we're here too. Save the best for last. So fun to look, even though we've outgrown Petco fish. Our fish only come from great reputable breeders these days. But we can look and judge. It's fun to judge Petco on date night. What, Petco sells other stuff too? We don't even notice. It's just stuff to walk past. White noise. Normal people just don't understand these romantic evenings spent in a place like this. They can't. Their brains just aren't geared for it. But you get it, don't you? You've been there. Like last Friday night. It's what we do, who we are. And the entire time we're there, there's this sense of anticipation for tomorrow. Because you see, tomorrow is going to be even better. Tomorrow is Water Change Day. Normal people like to celebrate things. They name days after presidents, or there's even a day where people dress up in scary costumes every year and go around and get candy. It's called Halloween. But as fish keepers, we give a name to something that we do with our fish as often as every week. So we can celebrate this thing like 52 times a year. We love it. But that's because we're not quite right in the head.
Subscribe, or someone dies. Ding ding.
Everybody's got a hungry zone. Every move is a direction. Dance, dance for your more dance. Lead your feet into a fool's move.
To normal folks, it would be like getting excited to change the cat box, or really getting pumped up to go pick up dog shit from the backyard. And yeah, it's kind of similar, I guess, but it's also very different to us. If you're still carrying buckets around doing your water changes, then sure, it isn't quite as fun, but if you're doing it with a python or a pump and hose, Water Change Day is something special. You're actively caring for your fish, and once you're done, you feel like everyone in the tank is instantly healthier and happier. You notice the water is even more clear than it was, which gives you that little buzz, because you're already a little crazy anyway. And like I said, we get to do this every single week, or maybe even more. If a normal person happens to stop by your house on Water Change Day, which is really unlikely because you've probably made every effort to make it look like no one's home so as not to be disturbed, plus fish keepers rarely have friends anyway, then they'd be concerned by the dazed look with your glassy eyes. They'd think you'd been doing drugs. And they'd be right, because Water Change Day is our drug of choice. You love talking about your fish. Anyone who will listen about what your Oscar's been up to or the new tank you're setting up. But unfortunately, I have some bad news for you.
I am strolling along
I know this comes as a total surprise to you, but to normal, well-adjusted, non-nutjob people, this makes you seem loco de cabeza. That means crazy in the head, by the way. And that's what we are. Just admit it. They'll go easier on you.
Hola, Percy. Ahora todos en el trabajo saben de ti. Llevo 6 horas seguidas hablando de ti. Es normal que hiciera esto.
There's nothing wrong with being crazy. What terrible things would happen to all our fish if all of a sudden we were cursed with sanity? Oh, that would be a dreadful day. Have you ever been talking to someone, a normal person, about your fish and you find yourself studying their eyes to see if they've glazed over yet? It appears that they're still with you, just a little bit, so that's your cue to keep going. You haven't even gotten to the good part yet and they're still with you. That's promising. Oh, and there they go, eyes glazed over or darting around looking for an escape. This probably won't earn you any friends, but who needs friends? We just need someone to talk at about our amazing, gorgeous fish. Anyone will do just fine. As I mentioned last week, I was going to be setting up some memberships, channel memberships, that you can join. Well, it's all up and ready to go now. You'll get different perks like checking out my videos before their release, special members-only videos, and emojis that'll show up next to your name in the comments section of each video. You may remember that just last week I purchased some new lenses that'll make my videos look even clearer and the fish pop out even more, because I want my videos to look the best. And I'm also going to Aquashella and I'll be making a video about that. All these things cost money. You know, new filters, new tanks, new fish, a therapist, and your paid membership will help me afford all those things. It starts at just $4.99 a month. Your membership is a great way to support this channel. Thank you. For non-members, nothing's going to change at all. There's nothing wrong with watching YouTube. Normal people do it all the time. You need to fix your car, you just YouTube it and find out what you need to do. You want to find some good shows on Netflix? You just watch Flick Connection on YouTube. But you're not watching that shit, are you? No, you're here watching me. And I'm sorry, but that means there's something definitely wrong with you.
I'm a selfish kind of person with a soul trying to fly. I aim to break the laws of nature and learn to love before I die.
It's because I'm a fish tuber. You're lying if you say you just didn't come from another fish tuber's channel to hop over to mine. Seriously, who wants to watch videos about other people's fish? I do. Like you, I watch KG Tropicals, Cichlid Bros, Primetime Aquatics, Riff Waters, and more. I can't get enough. I watch them while I'm eating dinner, on work breaks, every spare moment actually. Sometimes I don't even really care about the topic, but I watch anyway. It's a dopamine rush. And it's because I'm a weird fish guy. And like I said, you're a weird fish person too. Don't deny it. You ever search for a video about a certain fish topic and you find what you came for, you watch the video, but then you scroll for more, like through tons of videos, hoping you'll find the one. You've already seen a bunch of them, but maybe you're missing the best one. You can't stop. Well, that's because you've got an addiction. And unfortunately, you're addicted to something that almost nobody in the real world can identify with. You're a fish junkie, and people just don't get it. That guy just can't control himself, they say. Can you imagine instead of a crack house, it's a fish tank house, and everyone's all strung out on the couches from looking at the gorgeous tanks, eyes rolled back in their heads. Loved ones have to come and rescue you from the grip of this terrible disease and bring you back home, back to reality. So yeah, I'm not in control, but I don't need to be. My fish are in control, and they've got everything handled just fine. If you're a fish keeper, then there's a pretty good chance you're not married. Or maybe even that you've never had a boyfriend or girlfriend. And if you don't even know what those things are, no one is surprised. But if you are married, I'm guessing that you'd risk your house and your marriage to get that dream tank you've been waiting to set up for years.
This is how we do this. In one way, I'm yours. In one way, we're strangers. But I know for sure.
You've only had the tank up and running for a few months. It wasn't easy either because your significant other was resolute. No aquariums in the house. But you knew what needed to be done. It almost ended in divorce, but you got what you wanted, and that's all that matters. And getting that tank up was so satisfying, wasn't it? You couldn't ask for anything more. But after some time, you started to notice a little itch that needed some scratching. And there's only one way to scratch this kind of itch. You're so grateful for the aquarium you fought so hard for. You can still see the battle wounds all over each other. But still, there's this itch. Must scratch. In case you don't know, I'll spell it out for you. The itch is the desire for another tank, and the scratching is getting one. But this time, you don't ask. You know better. Didn't a wise man once say that it's better to ask forgiveness than to ask for permission? So you just go out and get it, and set it up without asking while they're gone. This plan is brilliant. Besides, they'll love it once they see it. That's the kind of irrational thoughts that go through heads like ours. So you go and set it up, and it's bigger and more beautiful than the other one. And when they get home and see what you've done, oh man, there's weeping and gnashing of teeth in that house for weeks on end. But eventually it dies down, as you knew or hoped it would, and things fall back to normal. So you sit back one day and enjoy your tanks you put your relationship on the line for, and you think once again, for what more could a person ask than these two beautiful tanks? But you and I both know quite well what one could ask for, don't we? Because 1 is the loneliest number that you'll ever know. But 2 can be as bad as 1. It's the loneliest number since the number 1, after all. How do we fix that? All right, well, I'm gonna have to wrap this up so I can get to my therapist in time. Remember, channel memberships, and until next time, peace out.